Hi guys. Have you heard of the game Magic the Gathering? Magic the Gathering is a game that I've been playing for as long as I've been alive, basically. My parents got into the game in the early 90s, and I was raised right alongside with the game, basically. And I feel very fortunate to have experienced that. Basically, I decided that I wanted to make a video on the game because there's tons of content out there, but I feel like I have a really unique perspective on the game just because I've been through so much and I've seen so much and I've seen so many changes. And so I just figured I would share my story. Um, but basically, what I'm going to be talking about today is the reserved list. So if you have never played Magic the Gathering, you're probably wondering what I'm talking about. It's a card game, a trading card game. So basically, you can collect the cards and you can collect them to make decks and you play them. Well, Magic the Gathering has become a very lucrative collectible and investment for a lot of people. Um, a lot of people have gotten into the collecting aspect that don't necessarily even play the game. So it's very unique in that sense. So basically, what I wanted to talk about was the reserved list. So the reserved list is a list of cards that Wizards of the Coast said, hey, we're not going to print these cards anymore because we want to protect the value for the players and the collectors. So in the early on in the game, they had, the alpha and the beta print run, and then they started to do more reprinting after that, like revised. And basically, basically, they don't print those, certain cards anymore that are from way back when, you guys. So every couple years now, this topic just comes up. It comes up online in the chatter, and basically, people say reserve list. They might abolish it. They're going to get rid of it. They're going to reprint our cards. And, a lot of people have a lot of really strong opinions. Some people think that certain cards should be reprinted because they want to have access to them for the game, which is a very, a reasonable opinion. And people who have been collecting for a really long time say, hey, if we reprint these cards, all this money that I've poured into this, investment over the years is just gonna, my cards are gonna go down in value. Well, so much time has passed, and every time this conversation comes up, you just have to put it into perspective. If we reprint these cards, what's going to happen? Basically, yes, people will have access to the cards, but is that really going to affect the old original printing? I don't know. There's a lot of speculation. But basically what I think is that the reserve list should be expanded. I think a lot of new players, they have these ideas that we should abolish the reserved list, and they kind of feel that it's unfair that maybe they can't get into those cards because it's at a really high price point. But in my opinion, if we expanded the reserve list, maybe those players who have gotten into the game later on wouldn't have those hard feelings because the prices on a lot of their cards, can go up over time. If we're constantly reprinting these cards, they don't have the chance to increase in value. There's just so many of them out there. So, yeah.